The lesson.
Oh yeah.
Baker boy,
So, Buzz.
nice to have you in the building.
Oh, 100%. Thanks for having me, man.
No doubt. Now, you've got a gig tonight.
Yes, I do.
Fat Controller.
Mm-hmm.
So tell us a little bit about the gig, because it's not actually part of a national tour, is it?
No, but there's going to be a lot of amazing acts as well. Keen to, catch up with as well. And it's always nice to come down to Adelaide. There's a lot of family from Arnhem land down here as well. So it's always good to come to Adelaide and see all the family and catch up with the family as well. Got a few coming to see the show tonight. And so it's pretty cool. It's going to be an amazing night. I've never been to the venue. I've heard a lot of good stuff about it, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, dope. And you got Jimbla, I think, on the...
Yes, brother man.
Yeah, shout outs to Jimbla, man.
Yeah,
He's a good
100%.
dude.
Shout out to that
for a
big
while.
bro. Get to see him tonight. Amazing.
Dope. And so, obviously you've been doing the music thing for a few years. Now, you didn't come onto my radar not until recently. My man Sam put me on and he started sending me links and stuff. He's like, check out Baker Boy. And yeah, man, cool to see, fresh talent coming through.
Thanks, Russ.
Now, I guess you've got a bit of a interesting background in regards to, if you look at the hip hop landscape in Australia, there's not that many Indigenous artists that are I guess having commercial success.
Yeah.
Within hip hop, you got AB Original, and I'm sure there's a couple others there that I can't think of off the top of my head.
Yeah.
So you're in a bit of a unique situation in comparison to the rest of the landscape.
Yeah.
And what I sort of wanted to look into it is your life before music. So going back to where you're from, because to my understanding you're from like the remote areas of the Northern Territory.
Yes.
Now, what's the name of the area?
So
that you're from?
where the area that I'm from is northeast Arnhem land. It's like an Arnhem land region, about 500 kilometers from Darwin, northeast. There's like a lot of communities there, remote communities, and where I'm from is an island, and only probably like sometimes there's like only 800 to 900 people living on the island and stuff. It's so small. Everyone knows where everyone stays and stuff, and it's a beautiful place. And I mean, like, the people that don't actually go out and see, it's not hard. It's really not. The only thing that makes it hard is people not going there and actually working with the kids and stuff. That's what makes it more harder for everyone else. But to have people who actually go into the community and do stuff, teaching and stuff, it'll help the community. I had few teachers that came and helped me throughout the schools and stuff. I went to like all different remote community school. So I went to like Milingimbi school, Milingimbi, and Alka Island. So I'm from the community Milingimbi. The traditional name is Yurui. So it's always humid and hot, and it's amazing. I grew up just like fishing, and just like living from living off the land and stuff. And so how I got introduced to hip hop was because of my dad. My dad and my uncles were kind of like introduced hip hop to the whole Arnhem land back in the, I think probably like 80s. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and my grandmother, who late grandmother, passed away recently. She came back from LA, I think it was, and she brought back like VCR, a lot of cassettes of like a lot of mixtapes from LL Cool J, Grandmaster Flash and stuff, and all these records as well. And and she showed like a lot of footage from my grandfather, taking footage of like people doing street dance and stuff, so break dancing in the streets and stuff, on the cardboard boxes and stuff. And also like they had introduced Fred Astaire as well, showing Fred Astaire and stuff. And then my dad kind of like looked at all that and just like, wow, this is really cool, and then started like doing a lot of dance. Um, yeah, and there's like a lot of dancing, hip hop dancing in Arnhem Land because of dad, and I kind of like took it on as well and kind of changed it up a bit as well, like put in the rap and stuff, and also, but yeah, dad, they were all the first Baker Boys, so the group was called Baker Boys. Yeah,
So that's where
and
you got the
yeah,
name
so
from.
they were and plus it's our last name, Baker family. So Baker Boys went out and the Baker Girls went out through remote communities and did a lot of dancing and stuff in Arnhem Land. Yeah, festivals, discos and stuff, and then they were known as like Baker Boys and Baker Girls, and then and then he taught me when I was growing up, taught me everything, and then that's when like Bone Thugs and Harmony come through, Biggie Smalls, Tupac, Snoop Dogg, quite a few rappers, NWA and all that come through, and then I started, listening to all that, and dad showed me all this and stuff, and I fell in love, completely fell in love. I grew up, listening to hip hop and stuff. Mostly, Bone Thugs and Harmony was like more kind of an impact to me, and as well, it's only because like how fast they rapped and stuff, and like it was just like it was just amazing, and I just pretty much just like grew up there in Milingimbi, and then I went to boarding school in Townsville, just in Queensland. Yeah, I went to a boarding school, Shalom Christian College.
So how old were you when you went there?
I started going there like 2008, and what's that?
11
really bad.
years ago now.
Yeah,
That's a while ago now.
That's crazy. Oh yeah, 2008. I went there and did a lot of just did boarding school, like learned everything. I've learned much English there as well. I didn't know how to like speak full like English. I had to like have Yolngu language in between every English that I was trying to speak to the teachers and stuff. And I learned it at school. My English got a lot better from boarding school, and then I was captain for my school AFL, and we were undefeated for 3 years.
For real?
Yeah, and like it was crazy. It was just amazing, and I've always wanted to play AFL, which I did, and and did a lot of dancing as well. I grew up dancing my whole life, and then I got asked to go to these tryouts for AFL, or go for what's that thing? Like a performing arts school.
So you had to choose.
They had to choose, and because my background was more dancing, hip hop, I was I want to go for like performing arts school.
But you could have had a try at the AFL.
Well, it wasn't more AFL. It was more kind of like the junior team of like,
leading into.
But
basically, you had the opportunity to pick a path.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. How hard was it for you to make that decision?
Well, it was a bit hard. It was really hard actually, but I had more knowledge in kind of like more dancing, and I love dancing, and I even love AFL, but I kind of grew up with dancing first, so I was like, why not go for performing arts school? And plus, I've always wanted to perform. I always want to, become an actor or something. And so I tried. So at that performing arts school, I did music, dance, and acting as well, lessons and stuff. And from there, just helped me. I stayed there for a year in 2014, Brisbane. The performing arts school was called ACPA, Aboriginal Centre for Performing Arts, and yeah, I just did dancing, a lot of dancing, acting lessons, and singing lessons. And then I ended up going to Melbourne. Ended up going to Melbourne for the got a company, Indigenous Hip Hop Projects, asked me to join in. But I had to move down to Melbourne because that's where the work based.
yeah.
So I had to move down to Melbourne. I was so scared. I didn't know. Like I didn't know how to catch a train. I didn't know how to catch any tram or anything. I was so scared. As soon as I got there, my first job I had to miss out. I literally called my boss and said, I was acting sick. I was like, I can't do it. I'm really sick. I was shitting myself. So scared. Excuse me for the language. I was so scared because I walked to the train station, standing there, looking at the ticketing thing, and I was just like, I'm just gonna walk back to the apartment and just stay back there. And so I did, and it's just like, damn, it's crazy. Weather's insane, man. 4 seasons, one day.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's not normal, man. It's just, it scares me. Like, what's going on, And, and I just did a lot of dancing and stuff throughout remote communities around Australia. So I've been to like probably 150 remote communities around Australia. And, I just did a lot of dancing. Also did a lot of music projects. And doing so helped me, especially in music projects, helped me start to like understand how to make music and stuff. So that helped me, gave me a lot of interest to start making music. And plus a lot of the brother boys around me, Dallas Woods, always like rapping, freestyling, and I'm just like, wow, these guys are cool, man. I want to try to do this, It was really hard for me to try and freestyle. I can't freestyle because English is like not my first language, and for me to come up with like words and raps really quick on the spot is just incredible.
Well, it's hard to do when it is your first language.
Yeah. But it's a lot easier for me to kind of like write it down and stuff, and then also helps me to helps me develop my skills as well, which is really cool. And but when it comes to language, it's just it's a lot of fun.
The lesson. Oh yeah.